Hello, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games.
Yes, another one.
Yeah.
We're back in the saddle.
We're back in the saddle. Well, kind of.
Kind of. Terribly.
Yeah, can't really
It's only been 2 episodes back, but anyway.
It's fine. Obviously, Exile Magpie's back here with me.
Hello!
Yeah, not a lot of news this week. Mainly because, to be honest with you, I think the big one, Call of Duty came out.
Yeah.
And usually when that happens,
no one bothers releasing anything.
Yeah, and nothing really ever comes out. But there has been some stuff.
Yeah.
Some
and
good.
Also,
some
we're
bad.
on the downtrend from the announcements last week.
It reminds me, do we have the Game Awards nominees yet?
No. If they have been announced, we've missed them.
I'll have a look for next time. But anyway, to start off with, has anybody been playing Overwatch? Because I have.
I have indeed. I've been very frustrated with it.
Yeah, it's saying something when it's making you miss loot boxes.
The grind is horrendous. The battle
monetization
pass is terrible. The monetization is worse.
And they're breaking the law now.
And
at least in this country, they're breaking the law.
In the UK, and I believe the US, the law's the same. They are actually breaking the law. They are So they are selling a bundle, and they are saying the bundle is, I can't remember the exact percentage off, but they're saying it's so much off.
I think it's 21. It's either 21% or it's 25%.
20% off, right? Now, how they're justifying it is saying that if you buy these separately, this is what this all will total. Slight problem. One, these things have never been on sale before, and before anyone says, well, it's like these items that are similar, it's like, no, these exact items have never been on sale before, so they do not have a previous price. And two, you can't buy them separately. You have to buy the bundle. And in the UK, it is against the law to say you are selling something at a discount when it has never been at the supposed price that you're saying it's discounted from. Yes. That is actually illegal. I don't know if Overwatch, if Activision Blizzard have decided to realise this, because their lawyers have definitely said something to them, because they have put stuff on the shop page. Yeah. The problem is, it's still illegal. It is still against the law in a few of your countries that you are selling this to say something is on offer when it has never been at the price you are saying it's on offer from. It is illegal on every friggin' level. Like, if the UK Ombudsman had a look at it, this wouldn't even be like a 5-week investigation or anything. It'd be just, it would be literally slam dunk. You need to change the price. You need to either revert it. You need to either A, get rid of the this is on offer thing, or B, you have to stop selling it. Yeah. They're the only two options you have, but Activision Blizzard. And we're not the only ones that are saying this. Like, people...
There's a few videos on YouTube.
There's a few videos on YouTube. Everyone is pointing this out.
Yeah, which...
To the point where the people that are pointing it out on the Activision Blizzard forums, they're getting deleted. Yeah. For, what was the reason they quoted? I can't remember, but it was some bullshit reason. Yeah. The thing... So they know they're doing... This is illegal. They know they are breaking the law. Yeah, because that's what the comments were. They were like, oh yeah, if you want to report them, this is where you go to. Yeah. And obviously, the moderators, the greatest class of human being, the moderators decided that, no, this is I think it was something like false spam or something like that. Yeah, something. There was a bullshit. It was a bullshit reason. The thing is that this massively sucks, especially for Overwatch the game, because instead of people talking about how decent the actual new thing is, the Bride, Revenge of the Bride. Yeah, Revenge of the Bride is like it. It's
good.
It's fun. I mean, granted, I personally don't like the composition they decided to give
I know.
us.
I do not like any of the. Well, apart from Ash. Ash is the only one that I'm good with. The other three,
Sojourn, I'm okay with.
Garbage.
I've been Junker Queen once.
I've been Junker Queen a couple of times. I'm okay.
My issue was I didn't know how to play with it. Basically, I didn't know what her shtick was.
She's a smash mouth.
Yeah, I know. She's a in-your-face smash mouth, but like her tools to use to keep her in that fight, I didn't know. Like I was learning as I went to like the timing of when to do all the shouts and the big swing of her axe. Like I was learning all that sort of thing. So, Kiriko is the wrong healer.
I did not. I suck with Kiriko.
I honestly think she's the wrong healer for this. She's like to solo heal.
Yeah.
2 DPSs and a tank.
Yeah. I mean, her abilities are good. I think if you're a good Kiriko player, it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, but like if you are an average or like trying to learn how she is, you're not.
You're gonna struggle.
You're gonna struggle. You are a detriment.
But it's a good mode.
To the team.
But back to thing, it is a good mode, and unfortunately, nobody's talking about
no.
how good the mode is.
Everyone's
talking about how ridiculously overpriced the shop is again, because the monetization is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's something like they're charging like 25 quid. Right? For skins that were in the last game. That, by the way, you could get for free.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
It is a joke.
It's an absolute piss.
You know, while people, loot boxes are a bane on the game industry, I'll admit that myself. The thing with Overwatch's loot boxes is if you played the game rigorously enough, long enough, and often enough, you could basically get everything.
Yeah.
Now,
because as much as those loot boxes weren't great, they were very. You still got if you got copies, you got coins.
Yeah.
You most of the time, like my luck, I would end up getting 250 coins in almost every loot box because that's just what it dropped me all the time.
Yeah.
And I would just use those coins to buy the skins that I wanted. And now, thank God I've got all the Mercy skins.
Yeah.
At the moment. Because I know there's going to be some that I'm going to have to buy, to which I can't do it. I
can't give Activision Blizzard any money. Not for this game. This game is literally a. You know when you see a shop and you instantly know everything in there is overpriced simply because of the name on the top of the shop?
Yeah.
That's exactly Overwatch.
Yeah.
Everything is overpriced. Hell, you compare that with any other game with a battle pass or cosmetic purchases, right? Fortnite.
I would argue Fortnite's probably the most value for money.
When
it comes to battle
Fortnite
passes.
gives you much more value for money because it gives you a whole bunch of skins, and all those skins have customizable options.
Yeah, I think the latest one for Halloween is a weird zombie, but it's got 13...
Yeah, 13 different variations of colours.
It's got 13 different hairstyles, and it's got different faces. It's got I think it said, I don't know, it's got up to 700 different...
Like I've always said, if you give me enough customizable options, I will buy more customizable options. Because I feel that I'm rewarding the art team for all the work that they have put in to give me the customizable options I already have, and I want them to continue giving me more.
This is the thing, right? So at the end of the battle pass, you get it's the mythic skin for Genji, right? So what you can actually do with that is you can customize that Genji.
Yeah.
So you can change its mask, you can change the sword that he's got, you can change.
But only if you buy
color,
only if you've
got the battle pass. But the thing is, I would say that. Maybe lower the price of the battle pass first. Maybe that should be the first thing.
Yes, it shouldn't be as much as it is.
I think there's enough in there because, there's a fair few skin. Every 10 levels you get a new skin.
Yeah,
which I think is fair.
That's if you buy the battle pass.
This is if you've bought the battle pass. All right. So every 10 levels you get a new skin, which I think is fair. Mm-hmm. There's some things that I'd be like, what is the point? Because you can get souvenirs, and I'm just like, what is the point in souvenirs?
Yeah. I look at that and go, what?
I get the charms because they're things that can go on your gun and
you can see it,
and you can see it. But the souvenir is just like, well, what is it?
What does it go on?
What does it do? Because all it is that you pull it out and show off. That's it. And I'm just like, but I don't think I've seen anybody actually do that. But yeah, you can actually pull out like a gift box and it shows your souvenir that you.
Oh yeah, so in other words, like, look at me, I've bought this.
I've got this. And I'm just like, no one cares about that shit.
Also, if you want people to actually hate you, you do that.
So you get souvenirs and you get charms and different voice lines and that. So I think if these are decent, if it was cheaper, I think it would be a worthwhile battle pass to get.
It's not worth the money they're charging, though.
No. It's not. Actually, how much is the battle pass? Come to think of it,
I think it's 10,000 coins. 10 bucks, 10 quid.
No, it'd be just over 10 quid because you got to remember you got to spend.
Yeah, you can't get just enough for the battle pass. Yeah, I know.
So you're probably looking at about 15 quid.
Yeah,
roughly.
Yeah.
On coins. So 15 quid on the coins to get the battle pass, and then you've got some coins left.
Yeah.
To buy.
And here's the thing, though, right? The grind is horrendous.
The grind is terrible.
The grind is absolutely.
The grind is terrible. It makes Halo Infinite's.
I'm still over 10 levels. Good. I've been playing almost every day since about 2 days after launch. Right? I'm still over 10 levels away from Kiriko.
Yeah. You're not grinding enough, mate. That's what it is. You're not grinding enough.
Well, here's another thing. If I could if I could put up with the amount of fucking bullshit that's in that game, then maybe I would be grinding enough. But there are times where I've had absolute fucking dog shit games, and I'm like, you know what? No, fuck this.
I was on today because I was recording for this, and I had some bad games today. I had some very bad games. Like.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden I've had a whole string of suicide tanks. Literally, tanks that will go to the point.
The worst part is they're always Reinhardts.
I've had Winston. I've had Sigma suicide tanks. I'm like, what the... Like, the only suicide tank I could possibly understand is Junker Queen, because her whole shtick is keeping in the fight.
Yeah.
And that's how she heals herself. So, I can understand a Junker Queen overcommitting, because it's like, no, I need to keep in the fight, I need to keep healing, I need to keep doing all that stuff, like, I need to keep doing damage so that I'm, doing my tanky stuff. But, like, Winston isn't a fucking one of those. Winston is basically, like, you put your shield down at the right time and you jump in on people and cause a ruckus. You don't get to the point while your healers, who died in the last fight because basically no one protected them from the frigging Reaper.
From the flanks. Yeah.
Right? So they're trying desperately. Like, I'm trying to think, like, Mercy, if she's not around people, she's slow as hell.
Yeah.
Lucio is the only one that can reliably quickly get to the fight. Right? Moira, her teleport thing is... It's
okay,
but it's there to keep you either in the fight by, like, bouncing around, or to quickly get out of trouble.
Aye.
So Moira's not going to be able to get there quick enough. Anna's slow as hell.
Baptiste isn't very...
Baptiste's not mobile. Like none of the healers, apart from Lucio, can run all the way across the map.
Kiriko's got like a teleport ability that.
But that's
to be in range.
That's to a character.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the same as friggin' Mercy. Like, it's a very, very, very good maneuverability skill, but it's only useful if you're with people. If you're not, you're there running. And like, I have had a string of suicide Winstons and suicide Reinhardts and suicide Sigmas, and I'm like, just wait for me. I'm trying to keep you alive. Just wait.
This is the side effect of the challenges, because there's a lot of challenges of like do this much damage, do this,
get
much,
a lot of mitigate this
damage.
much. Yeah.
So you'll get a lot of tanks now who need to do damage and need to mitigate, who will just try and get to the spawn so that they can do their challenge.
Yeah, except they instantly get fucking burst down.
Oh, yeah, I know this.
And do no damage.
This is the downside to the whole challenge thing, is that you get people that only give a shit about...
Oh, yeah, I know why. I know that, but that is a reason why. And it's fucking frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
It is not fun to play games like that because you're literally just going to the point, dying, because you're the only one there. Spawning, going to the point, dying, going spawning, and I have always, when you get ruffle stomped or ruffle stomping someone in Overwatch, it is the most boring shit going. And that's being generous. It is fucking frustrating to be on the receiving end, because especially now with roll queue, where you know, like before they introduced roll queue, you could just literally go, okay, so we're doing shit. No one's lasting long enough for a healer to make any difference. So I'm gonna switch to fucking. I'm gonna switch to Roadhog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch to Roadhog. Go in. I'm gonna fucking mess. I'm gonna snipe, like drag the squishy healers away, and I'm gonna like stabilize the situation and then hope that someone jumps on the on the support roll. I'm hoping, but if it doesn't, it's fine. Roadhog can heal himself. It's fine. We're kosher. Now, if you get given a support role, which, you know, they might as well get rid of the all roles queue, because that only puts you in support. I've never had any other role. The only time I've ever had a different role is when I was spectating you and the tank left.
Yeah.
That's the only way I go all role queue and get someone else. If someone leaves, like, I never start a game as anything other than a support, and it's and that's another thing. The support role is frustrating as hell because people who want to do like all the things, like they don't want to just be damage dealer. They don't want to be a one trick pony. They don't want to be just Reaper. They don't want to be just Sombra, who's going to finally get fucking nerfed.
I think she's been nerfed. I think the update happened.
Yeah, nerfs happened, which is fine. Although I still think she should be allowed to hack while fucking invisible, because there's no defense against it. So literally no defense. She's invisible. Like, if you're in the middle of a fight and she hacks you, you're dead.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what. Like, I know some people are saying, well, you know, if you hit her while she's hacking, you should stop. So, yeah, there's a slight problem. She's hacking you while you're invisible. You're in the middle of a fucking fight. And as a diva player that spent an entire fucking fight hacked, I can tell you, when you're the tank, you have to be on the fucking point. And 9 times out of 10, that's where the fight is. Like, it's not like if I got hacked on my own, then fine. That's my bad for not paying attention. But it's never that. It's always in the middle of a fight against either the other tank or some of the damage dealers. And fucking Sombra just, you know, nonchalantly, without any trouble, walks behind the tank, hack, bursts down with a freaking machine gun.
Yeah. Is that your rant?
Yes, that's
Is
my
that your
rant.
rant about the actual game now?
That's my rant about the actual
Are we going
game.
to go back to the actual...
But my point is that when the battle pass is not rewarding enough,
No.
and the gameplay, especially for certain role types, is frustrating as hell. If there are less and less people, especially because they've got this role queue, this bullshit role queue, if there are less and less people playing support, because eventually people will stop picking all roles. They'll just go tank or DPS.
Well, it's part of the challenges to do all roles.
Yeah, but they'll do the free and then that's it.
Well, yeah.
They'll do the free and that's it. Which means, again, there's a reduction of the amount of people picking support roles. Which means there's even less. Which means that eventually we could get to the point where, unless you pick support, you're not getting a game for 10, 15 minutes. And then the game dies because people aren't going to wait that long.
Mm.
So it's all tied in a sense.
Oh yeah,
it's all tied in. Like the fact that they've not made support enjoyable enough because.
Well, I don't know, because I'm enjoying support, although I am a support main.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're a support main, and I do have to admit that when things don't go completely to shit, I'm really do enjoy fighting with Moira. But I'm getting more... I can already tell there's a drop-off of people playing support. Because I'm getting more and more of, these ruffle-stomp, just pointless fucking wastes of time.
Yeah.
Matches. Where you know from the fucking outset you're gonna lose. And that's the problem, is that eventually the people who are enjoying support, maybe not as much as you, but people who don't mind doing support will go, do you know what? No, fuck this. I'm not doing this anymore. Tanking. I mean, I've already started every now and then just doing tank damage dealer.
Yeah.
And that game then it just throws me in as tank. I'm like, for fuck's sake. So, because the Battle Pass is relying on you doing the challenges, the challenges are very...
No, they're shit. They're shit.
They are bare bones.
They're really, really crap.
They're
challenges.
very...
I mean, don't get me wrong, the daily ones need to be...
Do you know what the most points giving, experience points giving challenge should be? And I would probably say you give 10,000 in an entire level for a week, for the weekly one, but 10,000 XP. Spend 5 minutes on the objective.
Yes, I would like stuff like that. I would like actually challenges where it's
do the objective.
Be on the objective for this. Say it's a escort mission.
I mean, I'm not a games designer, so someone else could probably think of a more balanced.
Spend a total on the entire week of 10 minutes on the objective.
On the
if
objective.
it's like a push.
Yeah.
Thing or
hell, you could basically make it spend 5 minutes on the robot on push, 5 minutes in the objective on capture the point.
Yeah.
5 minutes on the payload.
Yeah, as a grand total. I'd do 10. I do 10 minutes. It's easy to do 5 minutes on the point. I do 10.
No, I'm saying individually, but drop it down to 5,000 each experience.
Yeah, I suppose. But you could do stay with the robot for a grand total of 10 minutes.
As the support, stay with the tank. As the tank, stay with the support for so long. They can do that.
That might be a little bit more difficult.
It will be a little bit more difficult, but I'm pretty sure they could. Because the part of the problem, as a support, the part of the problem is that I'm trying to keep the tank alive, because that's the most vital person to keep alive, and the tank has been overcommitting. To a point where I can't heal them.
Yeah. And
then the enemy tank ruffles up, and I'm like, well, I'm dead.
What I hate the most, what I'm hating at the moment, is that, at the moment, it generally seems like there's one team that doesn't know what they're doing. And this is the matches that I'm playing. There's one team that, either half the team or all the team don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And the other team have clearly been playing Overwatch for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so they just come along and instantly just destroy the other team.
Yeah.
And I'm just well, you're clearly putting people with less... And I don't mind them mixing... I don't mind being on a team of complete newbies. I really don't mind that.
I wonder if it's because... And remember, Activision Blizzard... Activision had a pattern out for this.
Oh, to get them to buy whenever the new characters come out.
People had skins. They put people who have skins... special skins, like the stuff they got from Overwatch 1, put them all together to fight the newbies who don't have Overwatch 1 skins, so that they forces them to buy them from there. Which has the knock-on effect of basically all the people who have played Overwatch being on one team against the people who have never played Overwatch.
Because I've been sometimes, and it's I find it weird, and I know this happens in other games, but I find it weird that I'm in a match where I'll get ruffle stomped, mostly because either we're just not good enough, or it's clearly new people who don't know what they're doing. Yeah, you can clearly somebody who's picked a Roadhog, and they don't fully understand what they're doing. Like Dead by Daylight has these sort of problems where like you'll go up against a killer and they clearly have never used that killer before.
Oh yeah,
and you can tell that they
faced the killer that was Legion and never used Frenzy, and I was
never
like,
used
what?
Frenzy Run or anything like that. And
I was like, what?
Clearly didn't know what they were doing.
What is going on here? This is weird. Fighting a Legion that
doesn't run
at me, and has not been running at me, and using Frenzy. Like, what? Anyway.
And then the next match afterwards, I'll be on a team that clearly do know what they're doing and just destroy the other team.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like, this. I can understand it happening
every now and then.
I get it. Like once, maybe
game.
twice.
It's every
but
game.
When it happens like one game after another,
yeah,
it's a bit. I just find it odd that this happens. Like one game you'll get ruffle stomped, and the next game you'll ruffle stomp them, and the next game you'll get ruffle stomped, or you'll go on a 3-game ruffle stomping streak, and then all of a sudden you'll get destroyed.
I don't find them fun, even when I'm winning. When I'm winning, like I don't really find it fun because I really do. The one thing I remember, like I remember the you know the last week I told you about the Roadhog.
Yeah.
That the Hog Wild where I just literally pinned everyone into a corner and we won the match because of that.
Yeah.
I remember that because it was so close. We were like down to 12 seconds when we finally got that push. And it was to and fro. Like we weren't neither side like completely was annihilating the other side. And it was very, very, very tightly. It was cut and thrust. Like it was like so finely balanced between the two teams. Like if one person made a mistake, the entire opposition would pounce on that and make everyone regret it.
Yeah.
Like and that happened for both sides. Like the D.Va overcommitted slightly, and I mean slightly, like just out of range of the Mercy. And I saw that, and I hooked Mercy, killed her, and the DPSs and the other healers just dogpiled on the D.Va, killed her at one stage, and that was just that's the thing. It's like, and with it being so fine, I was like so thrilled and pumped that I got that win, and that my play was the play of the game because of it. I was like, yes, I did my job. I did the tank role of being the tank. And the Ruffle Stomps, I'm trying to remember like moments from those matches, and I'm like, no, apart from being fucking frustrated as hell out of dying all the time and when I'm losing, and just basically just walking forward when I'm winning, I don't remember like specific moments.
There are Ruffle Stomps that I remember, but only because like if I hadn't have done this thing, we wouldn't have Ruffle Stomped, sort of thing. So like I use Baptista Lost now, if you noticed, and I like to throw out the lifesaver thing. Mm-hmm. So I think the opponent's Moira used her ultimate, and I threw out.
Yeah.
I luckily threw out the immortality field, which basically just saved them for her entire thing.
Yeah.
Because she didn't realise, if I just hit the hit the thing, it'll break it. And because of that, she wasted her ultimate, and then we just like kind of just carried on. That's literally it. I don't really remember many things. I remember a lot of my Brigitte moments, because a lot of my Brigitte moments are like fucking get down, you know, sort of stuff. It's just odd. Anyway, we should. Overwatch's shop is terrible.
It's terrible, and it's also breaking the law.
The skins, actually, the skins that they're asking you to pay for, and for the amount they're asking you to pay for, are fucking shit. And I would argue that Kiriko's is probably the best one, the witch one. Yeah. And even then, that's not really good.
Right. Well, here's the thing, right? I would have expected like some sort of Japanese mythology.
Yeah, considering she's Japanese.
Yeah, I would have thought some Japanese tie-in to her costume, but no, a Western witch. I'm like, a European. Are you fucking? Are you really that short of originality now?
It does feel like they just kind of copied Mercy's.
Yes, it does. It looks like they basically went, this is Mercy's, we'll do a couple of changes and then give it to Q.
We'll give her some pants. and maybe not have it be. We'll make it look a little bit more kid friendly.
Yeah. Than the sexy witch that
Mercy was, but yeah,
and still is.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so keeping on with Activision, Overwatch is terrible. I am looking forward to the co-op though. That is something that I'm looking forward to. But it needs to be.
That's the biggest. Here's the thing. That's the biggest disappointment. Is that this was the perfect opportunity for people to get hyped for the co-op, because the game mode that they have given us for the Halloween event, which by the way also was not front page for some reason.
Yeah, they didn't.
It's not on front page. It's hidden away in the arcade for some reason. I don't know why. Like, it was in the arcade. Junkenstein's Revenge was in the arcade, but like the first thing you saw.
Oh, when you went into the menu
was Junkenstein's Revenge,
where you could just go straight into it.
And it was just but even like this, when they kept bringing it back, it wasn't like but it was arcade mode was blatantly blightened up like, hey, by the way, Junkenstein's Revenge is in here, go get it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, when they brought it back, you could go instantly into you didn't have to like go into play and then go into another menu, then go into another menu.
If it wasn't for the fact that I knew Junkenstein's Revenge was out, there's nothing in the front page that you see. There's nothing on the front page stating that it's there. I mean, other than they've changed the background. And it does say that Junkenstein's Revenge is on, but like it's not.
It's
not very obvious.
Yeah,
it's not obvious. It's still the fucking Genji fucking skin.
Is that
for me?
No, I've got the Halloween thing.
No, I still have fucking the Genji stuff. I still had. It may have changed now. Maybe there was a bug or something, but like again, like. It was hidden away in a corner, and I'm like, these are the sort of decisions that make me very worried about this co-op mode.
Well, because when all the original staff is pretty much gone.
Yeah. It's like they could Overwatch could have had one of the biggest W's, Overwatch 2, that they desperately needed, and the monetization team decided, no, we're not having the W, we're going to give it big fat L.
Yeah, pretty much.
Big that, well, basically if a government department in the UK or the US or a few other countries has a look at it, will slap us with a giant fucking fine.
I swear they're doing this shit so Microsoft doesn't buy them. Because there's a lot of baggage now.
There's a
lot of baggage if you buy this company.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Like, here's another thing, right, regarding the whole Microsoft takeover of Activision Blizzard. Like, I'm sorry, but Microsoft need to come out and literally say, Bobby Kotick will be gone.
Well, they haven't yet.
And they haven't yet. And that is one thing that Microsoft have to do, because if you don't kick Bobby Kotick out of that company, then you're just as bad as him.
Well, here's the thing. Microsoft are just doing this whole, look at Sony. Sony are bad. That's literally what they're doing.
Yeah, despite the fact that Microsoft have bought an absolute fucked. I mean, yes, Sony have also bought a lot of companies, gaming developers, but Microsoft have as well. But like we said, they had a massive influx of companies that they bought 3 years ago, and we haven't had like the games for them. Mostly haven't come out yet.
Yeah,
like, and we said 2 years ago and last year, it's like, Microsoft need to stop acquiring companies as much as they are.
My anointing,
because if the stuff that they already have fall flat in the face, they're gonna have to make money up somehow.
My annoyance at the moment is that, like, Microsoft are doing this thing. It's like, let's compete. Well, we want to do compete with Sony. You're not competing with Sony. You're just buying companies.
Yeah,
that's not competing.
That's called monopolization.
Buying the biggest gaming company in the world is not competing. That's not competing. That's monopolization. Yeah.
Which is actually illegal. Hell, it's that bad. Monopolies are that bad that even in the United States there are anti-monopoly laws. Like, that's how bad it gets, because they know how bad monopolies can be when there is no competition in a so-called free market. Hence the reason why the gas prices in the UK have gone through the fucking roof, because all the energy companies are all chummy with each other. They're not in competition with each other, so why would they undercut each other?
So I'm just waiting for shit to hit the fan with this. But yeah, Microsoft's buying Activision. That's happening. I think we can all.
I think
unless something magically happens,
the UK are looking into it in regards to the Monopolies Commission in the UK.
Yeah.
So, and I think the Americans are basically like keeping an eye out to see what the UK says, sort of thing.
Maybe.
So it depends. I personally think that it will eventually go through. The problem is that this is now dragging on and taking so long. And Activision
was it not supposed to be through by now? Like this month?
Yeah, it was supposed to be done by now. And Activision Blizzard are constantly tanking their reputation to new lows.
Yeah.
Like, there is no IP now on Blizzard that isn't tainted. World of Warcraft had that hemorrhage of player base. I think they stabilised now, but
I think they managed to pull people back with Dragon, because I think Dragonflight's out now.
Yeah.
So I think they managed to actually pull people back with that.
But it's not. It won't ever cover the damage that was done.
World of Warcraft will not be as big as it used to be, which is a shame, because. Well, actually, no, because the devs on that team deserve it. If everything of what I've read from like people's Twitter posts and stuff like
about
that,
the experiences
that they have, as well as like the actual devs of World of Warcraft, the way they talk to people, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, but don't worry, all the sexy lady pictures are in paintings in the game.
You know the things that nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah.
Like literally nobody gives a crap about. But anyway.
And they've removed. Well, I don't think they have actually removed all the sexy armor. Here's the thing. Do you know the thing about like people? Well, like World of Warcraft, the developers said, "Oh well, people want the sexy women armor gone." No, it wasn't. It was basically some women gamers going, "Oh, can I just have more like." Practical armor.
They want normal armor.
Yeah, they want normal armor. They don't want like what they look. So,
yeah.
And it's like, you know, I don't want my wizard to have like freaking. It's like, no, I want an actual cowl and all that. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
My thing is there it's basically no because there's no normal armor, is there? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because with Final Fantasy 14, there is obviously sexy armor.
Yeah.
But there's sexy armor for both. So
yeah,
like
there's sexy armor.
You
for
can
everyone.
get the sexy witch armor. There's a sexy wizard armor as well.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
There was
also the option to not have the sexy armor. Like you can literally design your character to wear whatever you want if it's in the game. You know. You can have them look as sexy or scantily clad as I know. I've watched streamers who literally go around as a cat boy in pants.
In speedos.
Yeah, in speedos.
In speedos. Yeah.
So but I've also seen people like covered up so much that they look like they're from Thingy 13 in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Like from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
And everything in between.
Anyway, I'm sorry. We are
digressing. But back on to bashing Activision.
Call of Duty came out.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
It does.
To give it its fair dues, it looks pretty good. Has Warzone's not come out yet for it, has it?
No.
Warzone 2.0?
No.
No. But if you had bought the physical copy, do you want to know how much space you are getting on that disc?
47 megabytes.
It's 70 megabytes.
70 on a Blu-ray disc.
For a game that is 150 gigabytes.
A Blu-ray disc that can hold, I think, I'm trying to remember, is it 30 gigabytes a Blu-ray disc can hold? Something like that?
Something like that,
all you're getting on the disc is the launch details. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
you're downloading it. What's the point? You might as well just download the game.
that's literally the Fallout 76 levels of bullshit. You might as well have just had a cardboard fucking cutout of a disc with the download code. You might as well. I mean, at least Fallout 76 didn't pretend it was a physical copy.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, in a sense they did, but, you know, the pretense lasted until you opened the case.
Yeah.
It didn't last until you put the disc in.
I put the disc in and let it load up.
It didn't give you an actual physical disc with nothing on it.
150 gigabyte game, and you're only getting 70 megabytes.
My question is this: why is Call of Duty 150 gigabytes?
Maybe the campaign's that good. Maybe it's 15 times the detail.
I'd want it to be
16 times the detail.
I'd want it to
Maybe
be.
Todd Howard got in there.
I'd want it to be fucking 1,000 times the detail.
Maybe.
And I'm sorry, but like Call of Duty, it graphically, it has not improved.
Is it not
that
more to
much
do with
from?
Because the reason why the last Call of Duty was so big was because it was every mode. So it was the campaign, it was multiplayer, and Warzone. Because you got to remember, multiplayer and Warzone are two different things.
Yes, I know, but
So,
still.
I mean, Warzone was the biggest thing, because I think Warzone was about 84 gigabytes. Then
Yeah.
you've got the multiplayer, which was, I think, around about 30, and the campaign, which was also 30.
To which I asked the question:
Why is it that big?
Why is it that big?
I don't know.
Like, Call of Duty's. Let's all be honest here, okay? The graphical fidelity of Call of Duty between the PS3 genre and the PS5 genre, I wouldn't call it a massive step to justify the size of the files, like the amount of data that you're having to download. So what else could it be? It's not the game modes that they have, because
it'll be the shop.
Oh yeah,
because you get everything. Because have you ever noticed, if you've ever bought something from an Activision shop, it never downloads.
There's no download.
There's no download. You just
already have it. You already have it.
It must be that.
Oh, you mean like a Capcom used to do?
Yeah.
Like where the DLC was actually on the disc.
Yeah, it must be that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like it's already in the. The shop's already.
You know what?
Everything's already in there.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I wouldn't be surprised.
That might be it. Because you got to think, there's a lot of stuff in their shops. For the last Warzone, there was a ton of stuff. I mean, granted, you have to buy it all, and I did buy some things. Although most of the time it was because I usually
buy the battle pass and get enough coins for the next battle pass. That's what I usually did.
Oh, I managed to always finish the battle pass, so I always got the next battle pass for free.
I know, but I didn't play it as often as you did. Because I wasn't like online with you.
Yeah,
when being dragged into Warzone.
Yeah, that's true.
With our friends.
That's true.
I was usually on my PC.
I do get a feeling that I'm going to have to be playing Warzone 2.0 with the guys at some point. So I probably will be getting. I do kind of want it though, because the campaign looks fun. The campaign looks cool.
The campaign does look like it's continuing on with the same level of campaign as Modern Warfare Reboot 1.
So that's fine. I'm going to be willing to pay for that.
Also, it's Modern Warfare 2 2022, which is an awful lot of twos.
Yes, a lot of twos.
There's an awful lot of twos there, so like the Ackman, I'm just going to call it Modern Warfare 22.
Yes. Much better.
It makes it so much easier to comparing it to Modern Warfare 2.
But yeah, we've got...
So yeah, Activision... So there's that bullshit. There was issues with launch as well, where people bought the game but couldn't play the campaign because the campaign was saying you haven't bought the game. So there was that issue. You know, good job, Activision Blizzard, making sure that the people who are paying you money getting what they want or what they've actually paid for. You know, that's the number one priority you should have, making sure that the transaction stuff links up with your authorization stuff so that the people who buy the stuff actually get the stuff they pay for. You know, monetary transaction 101. You know, and then so there's that issue with Modern Warfare 22. And then there's the new news coming out regarding.
Oh no! I just had a look at it. It was an old.
Oh, it was an old one.
It was from August.
Well, Activision Blizzard are still doing the union busting bullshit anyway.
Yeah, it was from August, so it's fine.
No, we didn't. We've been offline.
We've been offline for a while, so it's fine.
It's fine. But yeah, like we said previously today, Activision Blizzard's reputation, Activision Blizzard's like maybe not stock price, but like their like moral price is kind of in the gutter, and I think that Microsoft, in order for Microsoft to freaking fix anything, they need to literally remove. They need to remove a whole bunch of stuff out of it. A bit like Elon Musk has just done with Twitter, where he literally just kicked out a whole bunch of executives.
Yeah.
Microsoft need to do that to Activision Blizzard if this deal goes through. They need to literally go to Bobby Kotick and the blooming board of directors and go, "There's a door. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, and then
don't let it hit you on the way out."
Just put one person in charge. Be like, you're in charge of the entire thing.
Well, no,
that's your job.
No. What you do then is you have like a discussion amongst like I wouldn't say management of the company, but the leaders of the company. And when I say leaders, I mean the people that are there looking after the other people in the company.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. What I mean is like there needs to be one person at the top.
And then have a group of those people in charge.
But put one person at the top.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
And when that person has to be fucking like, considering the situation Activision Blizzard finds itself at the moment and its reputation it finds itself at the moment, this person has to be uncorruptible, untouchable in regards to any sort of scandal and everything, because literally they've got one shot at this. They haven't got like the wiggle room to misplace someone in the position of authority.
Yeah. Because
people are just getting fed up of...
Do you think maybe Microsoft they might be waiting for... Because I think the next game to come out is Diablo. And I don't think there's any other games after that. So we've got Diablo 4. So maybe it might come...
Maybe it may finalise, but the actual like buying details has been finalised. It's just whether or not it's given the green light to actually go ahead.
Right, okay.
So like all like the financial agreements and all that, that's all been done. It's whether or not basically the government's in charge of like monopolies and that, whether they turn around and go, well, you can do this, but these companies that are part of this have to be let go.
Yeah.
Because that's what usually happens when a Monopolies Commission basically says, no, you can't do this because of this is too much of a control of a single market. You can't do this. It's basically a monopoly. We're not allowing you to do it. If you want this company, you're going to have to make these companies that are part of that company, you're going to have to let them go. And letting them go means not just like letting them go, but also making them financially viable, so that they don't just die instantly. So I think that's what they're waiting on. They're waiting on basically the green light over like the monopolies commissions and that, which like I say, the UK one is looking into. Granted, it is the UK monopolies commission.
And our government's just garbage at the moment. So
and our government is literally.
I think you could just like spot them a tenner and they'll do what you want.
Yeah. Our government is that bad. I'd rather have the cat that's there just to catch mice at number 10 to be our leader, because at least then.
No, I want a duck with a bow tie.
I'd rather have that as well. I want literally anyone other than the people there now.
Yeah.
Because they are not up to the task. But yeah, Activision Blizzard are still the terrible, terrible company that they are. They are now literally undermining the very games that make them popular. Like,
Oh well.
Eventually, the bottom's going to come out of this. Like eventually, this sort of shit will lead to people just not being able to buy it.
Yeah.
So, when that happens...
Oh well.
Oh well.
Anyway, moving on.
Yes, we shall
EA, our second favourite company in the world.
To hit them with the big old bashing bat.
Our favourite company, one of our favourite companies.
The Dead Horse.
They have landed a free game deal with Marvel and Disney. Which could be good.
It could be good.
Like I'm saying.
I mean, it could be worse. Could be worse. Could be Konami.
Hey, we're not going to say bad things about Konami.
I will constantly be reminding everyone who are hyped about... Right, again, I will say this like I said last... I want the Silent Hill stuff to be amazing, fantastic, and successful. I really do. I want them to be successful. The problem is that as a Metal Gear Solid fan and a Pro Evolution Soccer fan, I have seen what they do to the franchises that people love. And I cannot silence the voice in the back of my head going, it is Konami, remember. So I'm just there saying, look, get hyped, get excited for these games, just don't over hype it. Basically that. Get excited for it, but just be prepared for Konami to be Konami. That's all. But anyway, yes, EA, but EA are also terrible because well, I just wonder how they're going to Ultimate Team whatever they have.
Yes. Well, we've already got the Black Panther Captain America game coming.
Yes.
You know the one that's, I think it's World War II?
Yeah.
It's set in.
Yeah. We also have...
So that's coming, but that's the one that's been written by Amy Hemming?
Is she the one that
She used to write, like, Uncharted.
Yeah, and she was the one that
was going to be writing the
Star Wars
game
that was being done by
Visceral.
Yeah.
Which then got canned.
And Visceral got closed down because EA needed to eat a company.
Yes, because Dead Space 3 didn't do very well.
Due to EA's interference.
Yeah. So, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, she's written that. She's been like the head of that game.
Oh, that's good because I really do think she does deserve.
Well, yeah, I'm mainly looking forward to it because I like, as I've said before, I like stoic superheroes.
Yeah. And
you don't really get much more stoic
than Captain America.
There's only one person more stoic than Captain America, and that's Superman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Captain America. I do. I think he's great.
Yes, he's
to have a game where I can be Captain America from World War II, which means does this mean I'm going to get the really cool where there's a scene in the first Avenger where he's got like the Captain America, but he's wearing the big long trench coat and he's got the helmet on, and he looks. I generally really dig that look. And I'm like,
he looks like, if you remember, he looks like basically Captain America in, do you know, Band of Brothers, where it's, I think is he No, he's not General at the time, it's Captain Winters. And I think it's Bastogne, so it might be General Winters, but he's like, he's got his helmet, he's got the long trench coat, so it's like, that looks great.
It's just a great look, isn't it?
It is a great look.
And I think, that's...
Yes, give me that.
If I can get that look, I'm fucking down with it. And also Black Panther's cool.
Black Panther...
a World War II version of Black Panther.
Yes, please, give me...
I'm not going to say no to that. So we've got that coming, so that's cool. There are a couple of other things coming, but I can't really remember.
I know there's the Insomniac Wolverine game.
Yes, but that's not EA.
It's not EA. I don't think they've announced the other Marvel ones.
They have mentioned. I think they mentioned it was a mobile game. If I remember correctly. I can't really remember. But this could be good. It all depends on, as long as it's not Avengers. Like if they're going to give me a live service, actually make a live service.
Yeah.
Don't give me Avengers.
No.
As much as that is a live service, it doesn't play like a live service.
It's a terrible live service.
Yeah. But yeah, this could be good. We might get some good games. This is the thing, right? This is what I want people to do, right? So the next big EA game that's out, that isn't a sports game,
is Dead Space.
It's Dead Space, and that's out in January.
Yes,
I think that's if it doesn't get delayed. Right. But this is what I want everybody to do, even if you don't like horror games,
Buy it.
I want you to buy that fucking game.
Right. Okay.
Because the only
So
thing...
I will add something to this. If it comes out and the people who like Dead Space, who are going to get it, right? If they come out and say, this is amazing,
yeah, this is what
buy
I mean.
it.
Yeah, this is what I mean. If it gets good reviews from your trusted wherever you go to get your reviews, if it gets good reviews from these people,
Buy it.
Buy the game. I want everybody to do this because the only thing that's going to change EA
It's money.
the only thing that's going to change those robots' minds is the fact that you're buying these games.
Yeah.
All right. The only way EA are going to start
making single player games. I will want to know what monetization is going to be in a Dead Space, because there is going to be monetization, because they have said there is.
They said there was going to be.
Apparently so.
Okay.
So it depends on the type of monetization.
Because if it's this monetization that was in the first one, I'm okay.
You get you can buy suits, skins, and that, which is fine, because the pricing wasn't too bad.
And the armor actually did stuff in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
It depends on what they do.
But if it's like a stupid fucking, you need to buy this for this shit, or if they're gonna bring in a multiplayer fucking mode.
Like they did with
Dead Space 2. Yeah.
Which wasn't balanced well and wasn't done well.
No.
And you could clearly see Versal were not wanting to put it in.
There's a reason why nobody talks about the multiplayer mode
in Dead Space 2. Because it wasn't good. Yeah. And you could tell the people behind it didn't really want to put a multiplayer.
So if we can... If and this is me just being hopeful because it's Dead Space, but if they can just release Dead Space as a single player story horror game and it's do good. Well, right, that's going to let them know, people do actually want this, because that's the only way these people are going to change. It's the only way. We need to think. People need to start. If you want EA to do things, you've got to start thinking strategically.
The problem is this, right? Is that this is not the first single-player game that they've decided to reboot or reloot. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and they fucking ruined that game.
Yes, I know.
Because they made it open world, and they had all these fucking monetization things in it, and I'm like, no, just give me a fucking runner game.
Just a linear running game. You know why it was open world? Because Dying Light did so well.
Yeah.
And you can parkour in that.
Yeah.
That's why.
But here's the thing, the parkour made sense.
Yeah,
there was stuff in Mirror's Edge Catalyst that I looked at and went, this makes no fucking sense. There was a lot of things, the whole thing about like Dying Light. Yeah, there's parkour, but it's not the be all and end all. Mirror's Edge is all about the flow of the parkour, going as fast as you can. Yeah,
getting from point A to
B8 in a straight line as possible, as quickly as possible, and not stopping. And in Mirror's Edge Catalyst, the amount of stopping I had to do just to figure out where the fuck to go next, there's a YouTube video that compares the style and what was in Mirror's Edge to Catalyst. And Mirror's Edge, yes, it graphically is inferior, but what they did is they streamlined it, and it still looks gorgeous. And also, you knew where to go. It was very in front of your face, very quick to go. Okay, so here's you could go to the start of a map of a level, and instantly see 3 routes that you could go and decide on which one. And then as you were going through, you could see all the other routes that were coming out to get to where you needed to go. Yeah. And in the Catalyst, it didn't do that.
It doesn't do that. Yeah.
It's.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Ubisoft.
Yes, it could be Ubisoft.
It could be Ubisoft's Star Wars collectathon game.
Yes.
Because that's what it's going to be.
Yes.
You know what I just realised?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were making Beyond Good and Evil, weren't they?
Yes.
That was going to be a space game where you could go to different planets.
Yes.
Now, do I think this is going to happen? No. But I wouldn't put it past them.
They're cancelling Beyond Good and Evil.
No. Oh, yeah. Beyond Good and Evil is not coming out. What I mean is...
Their Star Wars game is basically...
They're just going to reskin...
Beyond what was going to
be Beyond Good and Evil and make it Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Ubisoft to do that.
I would not either. Considering the fact that though they set up this whole thing for people to make stuff to go into Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
because the community wanted this game so badly, and yeah, I wouldn't put it past them.
Because we've heard nothing about that game
Ever
for
since
years now.
Yeah, it's getting to it's becoming the radio silence has been that long that we're starting to think, is this the new Half-Life 3?
I don't think anything's coming out now.
No.
You know what? I reckon Valve in about 2 years they're going to announce Half-Life 3. You know, because of the meme now. It's not even a meme anymore. It's just people don't even fucking talk about it. It's just like, they've gone quiet. All right. Press the button. And then just Half-Life 3.
Do the thing.
Do it. Gabe Nelson's just going to be there like, do it.
Do it
now.
Star Wars reference.
And just press the button. Half-Life 3 is a thing.
Yeah.
That's what it's been.
It's actually a
They're
thing.
just waiting for everybody to shut up about it. They're doing the Kubo thing. Because Kubo's doing a thing. Because people keep asking him, is he drawing any more Bleach? Or is he going to...
Is he going to continue
He's
Bleach?
basically come back and went, I'll start drawing it when people stop asking me to do it.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Which I'm just like, alright, that's fine.
Fair dues. I mean, part of me is like, yeah, Kubo, do you understand like the Bleach fan base have been denied this for so many years and had to put up with the fucking Baruto.
Yeah, fucking Baruto, man.
The one they first had to put up with the Naruto fans, lording it over the fact that their series was going to get a sequel, only for it to turn into Baruto, which was basically no difference to Naruto.
Apparently it's different now. It's got different...
It took how many years to get to that point?
I don't know. It's taken a few arcs to get there. But they've got there. That's the key point.
They've got there.
They got there.
It's still Naruto.
Yeah, it's still Naruto. But anyway, because we're diverging off. Yeah, so I don't know. I think this might be good for EA. Hopefully, what I want more though is I do want Marvel to actually have some sort of say, because clearly with Star Wars, Disney just didn't give a shit, and we're just kind of like, just do what you want.
It was only until like actual governments were starting to get involved that they went.
You can't have the license anymore.
You can't have the sole license. Also, those loot boxes, you need to pull them out of the game.
So I do hope that Marvel do have some sort of say, and they kind of been like, no, you can't do that. We don't. Although their track record with Avengers is not great.
But on the other hand, we do have Respawn. Is it Respawn's Jedi Fallen Order?
Yes.
Yeah. So, like.
And the new one that's coming out, Jedi Survivor?
So Jedi Survivor, which is interesting. I am keeping an eye out on that one.
Yeah.
For sure. But I will not trust, at the moment, with the current AAA game industry and the people who are currently in charge of those companies, I do not trust them as far as I could throw anything weighing the size of a house, which is literally nowhere. I don't trust them at all. And until those people are gone, I will continue not trusting them.
Well, the good thing is that EA don't have the soul. They haven't got like a soul license to Marvel like they did with Star Wars. Because we've got Midnight Suns, which is coming out.
Yes.
We've got that Black Panther Captain America game that's coming out.
Yes.
I don't think that's EA. It might be EA. But I don't think so.
And
I know it's Skydance.
We've got
doing
Wolverine.
And we've got Wolverine, which
and
is...
also Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Although Spider-Man's owned by Sony.
It is. It is, but it's Insomniac doing it.
Yeah.
So, I will be... do you know what? I want to see more of the Spider-Man game. Spider-Man 2. Because, one, we know Miles Morales and Peter Parker are going to be fighting together.
Yes. We know Venom.
Venom is going to be...
possibly either the big bad or one of
the big bads. Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be Harry as the Venom symbiote.
Yeah, it could be.
Because of the ending
I think he is Venom in the Ultimate Universe. Harry Osborn, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, something like that. And... like I say, there was a lot of places that the Spider-Man game can go.
Yeah.
Because apart from like Doc Ock, like it's not done the thing like usually happens in like superhero tie-ins where they kill the villains off.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think. None of the villains are dead.
Yeah.
Kingpin's still in prison. Kingpin's in prison. Doc's been captured. This is the negative. I think he's only been captured. Like no one's dead. Like it's like, oh my god, you mean those people can come back?
We haven't had Green Goblin.
We haven't had Green Goblin. We haven't had Hobgoblin.
Although if Green Goblin's in it, I would rather either leave him and like don't show him off, so it's like a surprise.
Oh, a bit like when the surprise for Doc Ock.
Yes,
as the sixth member of the Sinister Six.
So leave that, or like start showing him off right about now.
I think they keep it as a surprise.
I would keep it as a surprise.
I basically would be like, look, this is going to be like the 50% midway point reveal. It's not going to be a shock reveal, but it will be the reveal.
Yeah.
And we're not going to tell anyone about it.
Yeah, because we know Norman is he's doing stuff.
Yes.
He's doing stuff in his labs.
Yes.
And
some of it is involving Harry. Spoilers to the end of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Some of it's involving Harry, some of it involving the super serum that they're trying to
also with the spiders, because that's how Miles Morales gets his powers.
Yeah. So we know that, so we could get Green Goblin, but I think Venom...
I tell you what, there is one villain that has died. Tinkerer. Miles Morales' villain.
Oh, I've not played Miles
I know
Morales.
You haven't played it, but you're not that fussed, are you?
No.
Oh, I'm kind of disappointed because she's like the driven by vengeance type of villain. Like the ends justify the means. Like I don't care if this costs me everything for me. I just want revenge, sort of thing. These people have to be stopped for the greater good.
For the greater good.
For the greater good, and the ends justify the means. Yeah. Combine those two, and you have a good villain usually.
As long as they've got a good backstory.
Yeah. Oh, I think the fact that her uncle died. Who was a friend to both her and Miles. Anyway, digressing.
But yeah, so we've got a fair few Marvel games coming. We've got DC games coming.
Yeah.
I know we have obviously got Suicide Squad, which looks fucking mint.
It does.
It does look really cool. It's by Rocksteady. It's Rocksteady's Suicide Squad.
So the combat should be good.
The combat should be good, although this is the first time they've done
a squad
and co-op sort of thing.
Although they did have co-op in the Arkham games as DLC, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Did they not have
it wasn't co-op.
2-player co-op for Arkham Knight?
Nope.
No? Okay, maybe I'm confusing it with something else.
Nope. There was no 2-player co-op in any of the Arkham games.
I could have sworn there was a Robin and Nightwing.
There were scenes where those two fought together, but it wasn't...
Right.
It was basically you could fight as...
Nightwing, or you could
Nightwing. No, you were Nightwing, and you could do... Like, you know how you had, like, the knockout things for Batman? Well, some of those you would do, like, double team with Robin.
Right.
But it wasn't, like...
okay, no worries.
It wasn't a co-op thing.
No worries, then.
Yeah. So that's cool. We got... I'm trying to think, is there anything else from DC? I'm sure they announced another one.
Not that we know of. Although, it's been a while since we've heard anything from is it NetherRealm?
Well, NetherRealm don't exist anymore.
But Ed Boon's...
Oh, yeah, it is NetherRealm. Sorry, I'm thinking of Neversoft.
NetherRealm. And they're the ones behind Injustice.
That's true.
It's been a while since we've heard anything from that one.
Yeah. What was last? It was Mortal Kombat that was that last one, wasn't it?
Yes, Mortal Kombat was the last one.
I think the last thing they did mention that they were working on something.
Yeah. The question is what? A lot of people are like, is it another Injustice?
Is it Injustice 3?
Is it Injustice 3? Because there's plenty of bad guys that they could do, and it is an interesting world to see, like, a bad Superman. Who's basically Superboy Prime.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think they should just... I think basically they just go full Superboy Prime.
Yeah, they should just bring Superboy. They should just bring Superboy
like
Prime.
The new big bad isn't Superman getting out of the negative zone. It's Superboy Prime finds himself in it.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Well, this is a fucked up world. I'm just going to destroy it.
Oh, this is a fucked up world. I'm going to take over it. Thank you very much. Oh, you thought you...
Well, no, that's the thing. Superboy Prime's thing is like, heroes need to be heroes, because like the Superboy Prime's backstory is that he's from our world, and he somehow manages to fall into Earth 1?
Question mark.
He falls into that, and he basically, because this is from like the 60s when he first was, and he meets Superman, and then he goes back to his own world, and then later on during
Crisis on Infinite Earth.
No, it's not that one. It's the one after.
Infinite Crisis.
During Infinite Crisis, because basically what happens with Earth Prime, which is our universe, it shuts itself off, but Superboy Prime, because he was in Earth 1 or whatever, basically he has like remnants of his powers, so he can see through the walls of reality and can see
what happens.
So he's basically, his whole thing is like he's been watching the comic book universe just turn to shit, because during that time everything was dark and everything was and everybody was, basically it was a Zack Snyder universe. Nobody was happy, everybody was depressed, everybody was a dick,
nothing went right,
and so he gets that angry at it, he punches reality and breaks it, and that's how he gets in, and he ends up joining up with Alex Luthor, who is it's very weird, and
ends up getting killed by Joker, if I believe correctly. Yeah,
it's very weird and and they turn the Anti-Monitor into this big fucking tower thing. It's very odd, very confusing, because Superboy Prime is a very confusing character,
and yet awesome.
But his whole stick is that like he believes that superheroes should be superheroes and not these other things, and so when he comes through and starts fighting the superheroes, he's just like, I'm only doing this because you're all dicks, basically.
I'm better than you, and I'm showing you why.
But anyway, moving on. I think we'll end it there. This could be good. This could be bad with EA getting. We don't know.
It is. Yeah,
I personally.
On the plus side, we could have more Marvel games, which, considering as people who played Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2,
the X-Men Legends
games.
We could have something like that.
I'm all for those type of games. I mean, granted, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was very disappointing.
Yeah, but I'll always remember Ultimate Alliance 1 and the X-Men
Legends 2 is easily the best one.
Yeah, I want that to be on one of the stores, please, so I can play that.
Yes.
Because, I mean, you've already given me Dark Alliance 2. You've given me that. I just need X-Men now.
Yeah.
X-Men Legends 2.
X-Men Legends 2... or do you know what? Here's the thing, right? If you learn your lesson from X-Men Ultimate Alliance 3, don't do that again. Give us X-Men Legends 4, and give us everyone that's been in both 1 and 2. Because I do miss is it Magma?
Magma, yeah. The Volcano Lass. Yeah. Magma.
Yeah. I miss her because I loved... Once we unlocked her, I loved being her, and just all... She was like fucking...
I miss being Colossus.
Oh,
I loved being Colossus and just throwing enemies about.
Yeah. And then me being Wolverine and you doing the Speedball special.
Speedball special, man. That was mint. Just
the fact that you can actually do that. Great.
That's the stuff that was missing from Avengers, like actual team up moves. That's what's missing.
Yeah, literal actual cooperation, like Hulk just grabbing like Captain America and just
flinging him with Captain America with his shield forward and just like battering through people.
Actual team up attacks.
It's just it's the simple stuff that's missing.
Like, Iron Man does his beam attacks, and Captain America just flings his shield and it bounces off.
This is the thing: the amount of co-op attacks you could do with Captain America, right? Because that we've actually seen that in comics and in games and movies. So, like, Captain America's got the shield. Thor just hits the shield with Mjolnir with his lightning, and just everywhere. The hyper beam bloody redirect.
Yeah, hyper beam redirect, or even better, like Captain America goes in front and it just goes everywhere.
Yeah, there's so much stuff that they could have done.
Yeah, they missed the trick.
They missed so much.
They missed so much. Like, it was It's co-op. It's a co-op in the sense that
you can play with your friends.
You can play with friends, but you're not actually teaming up.
Yeah, you're just beating people up. That's about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, because we keep anyway, yeah, we'll end there.
On the plus side, there is the potential of getting more games like that. On the downside, it is EA.
It is EA. Yeah, that's true. But I think we'll leave it there. So we will. We'll leave that. That's good. That's good. Good spot. You think?
Yeah, we'll do that. That should cover it for today. Hopefully there'll be a little more news.
Do hope you've enjoyed this chat.
With a lot of tangents.
We did a few tangents on that one, but anyway, that's fine. I do hope you enjoyed this chat, and we'll catch you in the next ones. Bye now.
Toodles.